stand with us today. But I know the girls from Hamilton, they're a really hard act to follow. And so, I don't know. It's up to you, Rima. You know we love you. You can come up and speak if you'd like, but you can also tell me to go screw myself.
I will never
Do
say
both.
that to you. I mostly want to say thank you. You are the hope and the future, and your anger and your rage and your power is why we are all collectively going to win this fight.
Woo!
Thank you so much for coming here from Hamilton. Please know, so I'm Rima, Berns-McGown. I'm the MPP for Beaches East York and the critic for poverty and homelessness. And yes to everything you said. Yes to everything you said. Yes to everything. This has got to change. I am so full of rage that there's days when I just can't talk about this. I'm not trying to follow your act because your act is unfollowable. But I just do want to say I totally support. There is no logic to this. Homelessness is a policy choice. It doesn't even make economic or fiscal sense.
Woo!
House people at market rates for way less than the cost of dealing with everything that happens when people are unhoused. It makes no logical or fiscal sense whatsoever. And so that's not why it happens.
Woo!
And so we have got to keep pushing at this. And you're absolutely right. It's not just Toronto. It's not just Hamilton. It is happening across the province. It is happening in cities. It is happening in small towns. It's happening in rural areas. And of course, it's happening across the province. It's just that we're standing in front of the provincial legislature. It's got to change. And I love the fact that people are getting angry and people are starting to connect the dots. It's about financialization of housing. It's about the fact that even though people say housing is a human right, they don't act on it. So we have to start acting on what does it mean when housing is a human right. We have to decommodify housing. We really have to. We have to house people. We have to rehouse unhoused people. We have to make sure everybody has the supports they need to be safely and housed in dignified housing, not just with rats and pests and mold. That is not okay.
Good.
We've got to do this. It is the only way. We have to do it together. And the thing that I say when people object to encampments is if you want to support housed people, then you begin by supporting people who are not housed. There is only one way to move forward, and that's together. So I agree. We need to patch over whatever differences we have, and we have to figure out how to do this together. It's got to happen. The first election coming up is June the 2nd. Please make sure that wherever you are in this province, you are asking what the history is of the candidates who are running. Make sure you vote. Make sure everybody gets out to vote. Make sure that you ask, who are you here for? If it's developers, if it's anybody who's worked for a developer or who thinks that it's okay to put developer profits over people, that is not okay. It has to stop. We need people over profits. People over profits. So please ask. The next elections are the municipal elections, and this nonsense of clearing encampments as a way of disappearing, what is going on? Where's the logic? People don't disappear just because you push them out of your parks. If they've got nowhere to live, they're going to be somewhere. Stop being cruel. Stop being cruel.
Housing solution.
Housing solution. We need housing solutions.
These are not on anything. So
100%. So let's just keep pushing, keep talking, keep coming together, keep hoping, keep dreaming, and keep fighting, and we will win. We will win.
Woo!
Thank you, Rima, and thank you everyone else for coming out, especially Sarah and Kubra. I will remember that one of these times. Thank you guys for coming out from Hamilton. Thank everyone else for coming out from across Toronto. This is, again, cold morning, and I'm coming from, last winter I spent in one of the encampments, but now I'm coming from a shelter hotel, and you know what? It's warm in there. I can understand why people didn't want to come out last winter for outreach and for whatever else. I have more respect now for all of you for coming out today, but also for everyone who came out to support people through the winter last year, and I hope that people do that again this year. I don't know, it's the bare minimum. Anyway, thank everyone for coming out. I think, are we done here? I think we're done here.